So I thought that I would include a video of me preparing these delicious Tim Tams. That way you can easily follow along with the video from home and also use it to refer back to at a later date. Before we start though, you need to ensure that all your PPE is completed. So tie up your hair, wash your hands and put on your apron. Also make sure that any jewellery is removed so that none of this gets contaminated. In this video, however, I am wearing one ring, but that is because it is stuck on my finger and will not come off. I have thoroughly sanitized both my hands and this ring. Before starting, you also want to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius and line a biscuit tray. I have set out the ingredients for each step of these Tim Tams. You can find the exact ingredient amounts on your recipe sheet. All you need to make the healthy Tim Tams is cold butter, cacao powder, plain flour, stevia, milk, dark chocolate, maple syrup, coconut cream and tahini. I prepared each of the items to speed up the process throughout the video, and I encourage you to do the same to ensure a smooth flowing recipe. To make the biscuit portion of the Tim Tams, place flour, stevia, cacao powder, the cold butter and the milk all into a food processing bowl. Process this mixture until a firm dough is formed. Next, you want to flour your bench to make sure that the cookie dough mixture doesn't stick. You can also place down a non-stick mat to make it cleaner. Next, turn your dough mixture onto the bench and start to knead together the mixture until a firm dough ball forms. Then, using a rolling pin, roll out the mixture into a square until it is about 5 millimeters thick. You can rotate the baking paper around to suit your rolling needs. It doesn't have to be a perfect square, but ensure that the mixture is even across the whole thing. Then cut the dough into even rectangular pieces, about 3 centimeters by 1 centimeter. Ensure that you are washing your hands before and after touching the dough. Place these pieces onto your baking tray and place into the preheated oven to cook for 10 minutes. Once cooked, transfer the biscuits onto a cooling rack and allow to cool. These biscuits lose a lot of colour when baking, but should come out a golden brown colour. While the biscuits are cooling, it is time to make the ganache centre of the Tim Tams. To make the ganache, start by melting 30 grams of the chocolate over a double boiler. You can also microwave the chocolate, but be careful because this burns quickly. Allow the melted chocolate to cool to room temperature. Once cooled, add tahini and mix well. Then add the coconut cream to this mixture. At this point, the mixture might split, but continue to mix it until it reforms. The last step to make the ganache is to add the maple syrup. I use sugar-free maple syrup to keep the sugar levels low, but you could also use normal maple syrup. Once added, mix the ganache until combined. The ganache should look something similar to this. It should be quite thick and resemble something similar to a chocolate icing. Once your ganache is ready, form your biscuits into pairs. From here, you want to get a teaspoon of the ganache mix and place it on top of one side of the biscuit. Spread this along evenly and then place another half of the biscuit on top to make a sandwich pair. A good tip to keep together the form of the Tim Tam is to squeeze the two sandwich biscuits together to get rid of any excess ganache, and then you can quickly just scrape off the sides to ensure that it's even the whole way around. The last step to make your Tim Tams is to melt the remainder of the dark chocolate over a double boiler to make the outside coating of your Tim Tam. Lastly, use 2 forks to drop in your Tim Tam biscuit and coat in the dark chocolate before transferring back onto the baking paper. Repeat this for all of the Tim Tams until they are all coated. Ensure that the chocolate is coated evenly as possible. So here are my final Tim Tams. They turned out really great. This recipe is a really easy one to follow. It doesn't take too long at all. You could easily add some peanut butter, peppermint extract or any other flavours that would go well to create different versions of these Tim Tams. Feel free to send me through any recreations that you might make, but if not, happy cooking and thanks for watching today's video.